The matrix method, also called the Cramer's rule, is the third method of solving simultaneous equations. So we'll be using this equation below as a case study to explain Cramer's rule. We have the first equation, x plus 2y equals 6, as equation 1, and 3x minus 2y equals 10, as equation 2. And then the equations in yellow, which are a1x plus b1y equals c1, and a2x plus b2y equals c2, is just the representation of a linear equation. If you compare them closely to the equations 1 and equations 2, you see that they are the same. Just that now we have the a1 is representing 1, b1 is equal to 2, c1 is equal to 6. a2 is equal to 3, b2 is equal to minus 2, and c2 is equal to 10. Look at this carefully, you see that they are the same thing. I'm just using letters now to represent the numbers so we can explain what Cramer's rule is talking about. The a's are representing the coefficient of x, the b's are representing the coefficient of y, and the c's are the constant. Now moving forward, Cramer's rule says that when you're given simultaneous equations to find the values for x and values for y, you just simply look for the determinant of the x matrix, and divide it by the main determinant of the equation. And to look for y, you look for the determinant of the y matrix, and divide it by the main determinant. Don't be scared, I would break this down. Now, when you're given your equation, the first thing to do is to look for your main determinant. To get your main determinant, you just have to box your equations the exact way they were given to you. Without altering them, your a1 and your b1 on a row, and then your a2 and your b2 on the second row. You would box them into a matrix. And then finding determinants means to cross-multiply them. So your top left, which is a1, will cross-multiply b2 at the bottom right. And then you put your minus sign. Then multiply your top right, which is b1, by the bottom left, which is a2. And then solve. Simple. And then, to look for your determinant of x, what do? You carry your constant column, which is c1 and c2, and replace your a column, which are the coefficients of x. So the a's, which are the coefficient of x, are no longer a part of the matrix. Then cross-multiply and subtract like I taught you earlier. Same way, to find the determinant for y, the a's, which are the coefficients of x, will remain where they are, and the constants, now which is the c's, are coming to replace the coefficients of y, which are the b's. You box them again, cross-multiply, and the subtract, that's all. From our case study, we were given two equations, and we got to extract our values for a1, a2, b1, and so on, and we've learned how to get our determinant. So, the first step is to find the main determinant. And we have our formula from what I explained earlier, so you just substitute. So, where you see a1 now, you input 1. Where you see a2, you put your value for a2, which is 3. Where you see b1, you input 2, and so on and so forth. Cross-multiplying, we have 1 times minus 2, which give us minus 2. And 2 times 3 will give us 6. Then minus 2 minus 6 is equal to minus 8, which means our main determinant is minus 8. Same way to get our determinant of x. We've gotten our formula where we replace the a column with the constant column, which is the c column. And we've gotten our formula. So we just substitute our values. Cross-multiplying now, we have 6 times minus 2 will give us minus 12, and 2 times 10 will give us 20. So we have minus 12 minus 20, which is minus 32. And finally, to get the determinant of y matrix, we have the formula already, where we replace the b column with the constants, which is the c column, and cross-multiply. Cross-multiplying, we have 1 times 10, which is 10, and 3 times 6, which is 18. And 10 minus 18 is minus 8. So our determinant for y is now minus 8. So now, to round up, we have the formula for x and formula for y, which are x equals determinant of x divided by the main determinant, and y equals determinant of y divided by the main determinant. And for determinant of x, we got minus 32, divided by the main determinant, which we got minus 8. Minus 32 divided by minus 8 equals 4. And then to get our y, we know determinant of y is what? Minus 8. And the main determinant is also minus 8. So dividing will give us 1. Therefore, our value are x equals to 4 and y equals to 1. I shouldn't stress so much on how to confirm if your answers are correct. If you don't know how to check, you can go and check my first video on substitution. I explain that carefully. Take a minute to like and subscribe, that's how you appreciate us. Let's look at another example. Example 2, you have 3x plus 4y equals 9 and 2x plus 3y equals 8. We already know how to extract the values for a1, a2, b1, b2 and so on. So our a1 is 3, our a2 is 2, our b1 is 4, our b2 is 3, our c1 is 9, and our c2 is 8. The next step is to find your main determinant, your determinant of x and determinant of what? Y. We have our formulas already, of which you can always generate whenever you want to solve using the Cramer's rule. Substituting your values and cross-multiplying, we have 3 times 3 will give us 9, and 4 times 2 will give us 8. 9 minus 8 is 1. So our main determinant is 1. Now, we proceed to find the determinant of x. In finding the determinant of x, we have a formula, which we got by replacing the a column, which are the coefficients of x, with the c column, which are the constants. Then cross-multiplying, we have 9 times 3 minus 4 times 8, which is 27 minus 32, and after subtracting, we get minus 5. So the determinant of x is now minus 5. We also find the determinant of y, which we get the formula by replacing the coefficients of y, which are the b's, with the constants, which are c1 and c2. Then, we cross-multiply. a1 times c2, which is 3 times 8, will give us 24. And c1 times a2, which is 9 times 2, will give us 18. And then 24 minus 18 is 6. Now to get your values for x and y, you already know what to do. The formula for x is determinant of x divided by the main determinant, which will be minus 5 divided by 1. So we just divide and it gives us x equals minus 5. And to get the value for y, we say the determinant of y divided by the main determinant, which is 6 divided by 1 from our answers we got earlier. And 6 divided by 1 is 6. Therefore, our answers are minus 5 and 6. You know how to check if your answers are correct. I want you to note this important point. Whenever you look for your main determinant and your determinant gives you 0, it means Cramer's rule cannot be used because either this equation has no solution or it has multiple solutions. These are practice questions which you can try to see how much you have understood how to use the Cramer's rule.